So you just finished up watching the 2018 or 2019, I don't know how we're classifying this one, film Freaks on either Netflix, Hulu, VOD, or randomly on the back of the seat of an airplane. But now you are thoroughly confused by that ending. What does it all mean? Were they abnormals? Did they all survive? Or are they actually all evil, trying to take over the world? Well, don't worry, because today we're going to break down all of the unanswered questions you have and answer them in the easiest way possible. Hello everyone, Jared here, and Freaks just landed on Netflix at the time of this recording. Maybe you watched it somewhere else, but there are a lot of twists and turns and different elements introduced in this movie that makes it a little bit complicated. Well, don't worry, because today we're going to be diving into all of the different details of this film, explaining the ending, the different themes, kind of what leads up to the ending, and what the almost secret ending that the directors were going for. So sit back and relax as we explain this Freaks movie. Oh no. This is allergies. It's not what it looks like. So it is safe to say if you're watching this video, then you watched Freaks. If not, here's a quick refresher.
Freaks opens with 7-year-old Chloe as we learn she has been living inside of what appears to be an abandoned house with her father, Henry. Henry has been teaching Chloe how to quote, unquote, be normal, asking her question after question, preparing her against the threat of the bad men. No, not those bad men. All while this is happening, Chloe also has what appears to be a ghost living in her closet. A different kind of ghost. She can converse with it, learning about this fabled Maddock Mountain, but her father Henry cannot seem to see the ghost at all, which in turn is revealed to be the projection of the neighbor girl. What are these strange powers Chloe possesses? Becoming more and more curious of the outside world and being drawn out by a creepy old ice cream man named Mr. Snowcone Man. Real original. Chloe somehow disables her father and then goes on a 90s music video adventure to the nearby park with the ice cream man. Is this ice cream man a pedophile? Before returning home, the term abnormals is mentioned, stating that abnormals arrived on Earth, a catastrophic incident happened, and the ADF, or Automated Document Feeder, was created. No, ADF is Abnormal Defense Force. Not only this, but Mr. Snowcone Man reveals Chloe's mother hadn't died at all, but rather was moved to Maddock Mountain. Returning home, Mr. Snowcone Man wants Chloe to poison her father for lying about everything, and then he will take her to see her mother. After a failed poison attempt, Chloe has to go to timeout in her closet, only this time seeing a different ghost in her closet. This time, it is a woman, and she appears to be in some sort of prison. It is none other than Chloe's mother, Mary, on Maddock Mountain. Wait, she is alive? Trying to convince Henry that Mary, the mother, is still alive, Chloe disables her father again and goes on another ice cream adventure with Mr. Snowcone Man. Until the two meet up with Cecilia Ray, a government agent with the Abnormal Defense Force. Things go south very quickly and their cover is blown. Returning back home, Henry confronts Mr. Snowcone Man, which is then revealed to be Henry's father-in-law, aka Chloe's grandpa, aka Mary's father. All three of them are abnormals. Chloe possesses telepathy, Mr. Snowcone Man, who is Alan, can turn invisible, and Henry can slow or stop time. Which it is then revealed the outside world has only progressed a few months since Mary has been taken to Maddock Mountain, but inside of the house, 7 years had passed. He had placed a large time bubble around the house to protect them. Now Henry is trying to take Chloe to the neighbors, the Reeds, before the impeding ADF forces show up.
Okay, now that we're all caught up, let's get into the closing portions of Freaks, sort of the different reveals that take place, and what exactly makes an abnormal, and what they are really capable of. Alright, so we are at the Reed's home. Henry is trying to implement Chloe in with her new family and mother because this was the plan all along. You see, Henry had previously made a deal with the Reeds, paying them lots of monies in exchange for them taking care of Chloe, essentially adopting them. However, as the meeting slowly goes south, Nancy Reed discovers what Chloe truly is, an abnormal, and freaks out, instantly calling the ADF. Panicking, Henry rushes Chloe back to their home across the street, waiting for the task force to show up on their doorstep. steps. In a matter of minutes, forces show up at the Reeds' home. Frantically trying to solve this situation, Chloe telepathically controls the ADF agents, killing one another, leaving a distraught Nancy freaking out. As more and more ADF forces are now inbound, this time Chloe takes control of Nancy Reed, slowly forcing her to stab her own eye out. Bleeding profusely from her face, the ADF agents show up and blow Nancy to smithereens. Exposition time. So the ADF agents killed Nancy and the Reeds with no explanation because abnormals are known to bleed from their eyes as a side effect of when they use their powers. Therefore, Nancy bleeding from one eye and her face, these unexperienced agents thought Nancy was trying to use her powers. This same thing was shown earlier in the film when the chef was bleeding from his eye as well. Back to the movie, Chloe, Alan, and Henry are now locked inside their home with several ADF agents swarming across the street when the one and only Cecilia. No, we're not doing that joke again. Cecilia Ray, the ADF agent from earlier in the film, approaches the home to question Henry and whoever else if they saw anything across the street. While Henry is downstairs trying to get rid of Agent Ray, Alan and Chloe are upstairs, remaining out of sight, but also trying to use Chloe's telepathy powers to save Mary from Maddock Mountain, which is possible if we remember from earlier in the film. Chloe was able to communicate with her mother in her closet. Exposition time again. The reason Chloe is able to communicate with her mother and control people from so far away is because each generation of an abnormal gets stronger and stronger from the previous generation. So therefore, Chloe's powers are far superior to that of her father, mother, and Mr. Snowcone Man. While the telepathic heist is going on upstairs, we travel back downstairs and Agent Ray is starting to see through Henry's lies. She knows that they are the abnormals the call came in for, but she doesn't want to hurt them. But why? Well, instead she wants to use Chloe for their own personal gain. She wants Chloe to be in the ADF. She will spare the lives of Henry and Alan, but Chloe will be working for the establishment. She will be working for the man. While Henry stalls even more, a floating gun slowly appears behind Agent Ray. It's Alan, aka Mr. Snowcone Man. He is invisible right behind her. Agent Ray, warning again if they don't take the deal, she has a drone missile on standby. Without hesitation, Alan fires the gun, missing Agent Ray, instead hitting Henry. Agent Ray goes full John Wick, killing the Invisible Man and again wounding Henry, only to then be taken out by Chloe and her telepathy from upstairs. However, it is too little, too late, as all of the agents outside are made aware of the gunshots and the drone has been called in. Now this is where the big climax comes into play. I'm going to be diving into that, but I'm also going to be diving into sort of the vision or meaning that these American-Canadian directors really had in mind in this Freaks movie. Now what is happening in Freaks is sort of a race against the clock with several moving pieces. Henry is wounded trying to slow time, the ADF agents outside with the place surrounded, Chloe trying to help her mother escape from Maddock Mountain, the mother trying to escape from Maddock Mountain, and a drone strike on its way to the house. All of these moving pieces are happening in tandem as Henry again takes care of a handful of ADF agents outside, reversing their bullets and making his way back inside the home moments before the missile strikes. With the ability of slowed time, Henry is able to grab Chloe and escape out the back door moments before the explosion takes the whole home, launching him and Chloe into a pile of rubble in the backyard.
If I could turn back time.
Smash cut to Maddock Mountain, and Mary is free outside, only to be swarmed by a crowd of ADF agents right outside of the gates. As tension builds, Mary explodes in an upward momentum off of the mountain, exploding the ADF agents in heaps of blood and guts. Mary has the abnormal power of flight. This is why she couldn't escape herself. She needed to be outside, zooming quicker than a speeding bullet. No, this isn't a Superman reference. She lands right in front of their now exploded home, but with the momentum of her flight landing, this causes a sonic boom that again explodes the armed ADF agents into heaps of red jello. Mary runs to comfort Henry, who is now amazed that his wife is still alive after all of this time. The two have a loving embrace before Henry passes away from his injuries. Mary is then introduced to her daughter, Chloe, whom she had never met before. In Chloe's world, it has been 7 years, but for Mary, it has been a mere weeks or months. Mary promises to keep Chloe hidden at a new location, but Chloe instead refuses to continue hiding, believing that no one can stop them from living wherever they want. Touched by her daughter's confidence, Mary agrees and flies off with Chloe. The end. Now, what does this all mean? Sure, some weird abnormal beings came to this planet, were seen as different, and enslaved for being different or dangerous. You could chalk Freaks up as a modern tale of injustice, or prejudice, or discrimination, or even xenophobia. Sort of the events of District 9. But this is a story of 4 separate abnormals. Why 4? And each of these 4 abnormals have distinct superpowers. None overlap, and which, when put together, would make one amazing quote-unquote superhero team. That's right, Freaks is a gritty and unconventional origin story retelling the classic Marvel team-up group, the Fantastic Four. Think about it. It is a close-knit family group working together with their powers. Okay, maybe you aren't 100% convinced of this interpretation of what Freaks is going for, because it's loosely based on the Fantastic Four. There are several, pun intended, stretches you need to make, like Mr. Fantastic and him stretching. Okay, I'm not funny. Instead, let's look at abnormals, the superpowers they possess, how the world has handled these beings, and the task force ADF. Each abnormal has unique powers, and the general public deems them as dangerous. But maybe they aren't all dangerous. Maybe they have a choice, whether it be good or evil, and karma factors into each and every decision. Freaks is a gritty, reimagining, game-to-screen adaptation of the hit PlayStation franchise Infamous. Think about it, a select group of people possessing powers. They are called conduits. People fear them because they don't know if they are friendly or dangerous, and there is a task force with 3 letters, DUP. Also relating to ADF, Freaks is none other than the first try at a much bigger Infamous world on the big screen. Or it's just a lower budget science fiction alien invasion thriller turned superhero movie that is highly underrated that more people need to watch and could make for an awesome world in a limited series showcasing the powers of each of these abnormals and how everything came to be. So that is it, a science fiction alien invasion turn heist movie, turn superhero movie, turn into something much more than just this movie. What did you guys think of the ending? Did you really like that kind of alien invasion, superhero, alien stuck on this planet type ending? Or are you kind of leaning towards a more interpretation of that infamous video game? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways though, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there or right over there, brand new stuff every single week. I love doing these ending explained poorly videos here on JBuck Studios. These are fun, these are ridiculous, you're getting some facts, and you're getting a bunch of nonsense as well. Follow all of my social media down there, click that like button, subscribe to the JBuck Studios channel, and until next time, we'll see you later.